Yeah, give me a shout. What I'll do, I'm gonna just go for it in the car halftime. I'll go pick it up from the car. You can hear me? Hello? Yeah. No, so I'm gonna pick it up half. Yeah, cause I'm bringing upstairs. So if you in the area, you can just come upstairs and get it. I can be man independent. Okay. Yeah, good night.
Yesha Technical Center. It is indeed a blessed evening. It is Tuesday evening, the 2nd day of May, 2023. It is the AFA, Male Senior League, and we are going to be seeing on display this evening. It's going to be the Lymers. They will be up against Diamonds FC. Lymers taking on Diamond FC. We do take this opportunity to extend our sincere condolences to the Lymers family, and more so the man being Tristan Richardson and the passing of his mom. We do extend our sincere condolences to you and your family, wherever you are. In this time of your bereavement, we pray God your strength in these difficult times. Lymers up against Diamonds FC. The man in the middle, Jackson. I guess my mic was mute, so I'm not sure what you heard. So I'll take it from top again. Good evening and welcome to the Raymond Igesha Technical Center. It's Lymers up against Diamonds FC. Lymers kicking from right to left in their green, white, and black. Diamonds in their blue, white, and black. Kicking from left to right. Diamonds up against Lymers. Again, we take this opportunity to send out our sincere condolences to the Richardson family. The man Tristan Richardson, we know him as Bing, played for the Lymers FC, and the passing of his mom. And so we take this opportunity to, on behalf of the Angola Football Association, to extend our sincere condolences to the Lymers family, who also mourns the loss of his mom with him and family. We pray God's strength, favor in this their time of bereavement, and pray God that you will find his strength that is able. Here is the, oh, it is goal. It is a goal. It is goal number 1 in the 2nd minute of play. In the 2nd minute of play, it is 1-0. Fleming goes down. Jade Fleming, he was hit from the back, hit by the keeper, He goes down. Nonetheless, the ball has been lodged in the back of the net. It's 1-0 in favor of Diamonds FC. I must apologize if my voice is not projecting as clearly as normal. Kind of lost my voice yesterday at Fun Day. Take this opportunity to extend belated birthday greetings to the man Poti. We know him as Livingston Clifton, and most will know him as Poti around the Sporting Avenue. Around cricket, he's the statsman for us here at the AFL. He's been doing a tremendous job. And we take this opportunity to wish him belated birthday greetings as he has attained that ripe age of retirement. And we wish him all the best as he goes into his retirement. Wish him God's speed, his faith and blessings. Jane Fleming leaving the field very gingerly. We will hope, and Diamonds will hope that he will be able to continue. Referee, very, very far from the play, will be well advised to get himself closer to play. Referee Jackson, he was nowhere to be found. He's way behind the play. The player was fouled, but luckily it went into the net. It would have been interesting to see what the call would have been. Play restarts. It's Lymers with the ball on the right flank. Lymers. Bradshaw goes back home to the keeper, who drops it wide. Richardson. Comes. Amoni. Richardson drops it wide. Roach. Can't get a better. It's going to be cleared by Diamonds now. It's Roach. Alexander Fleming. Roach. He's going to win a throw-in. And the throw, he says, goes to, it is impossible that the assistant and the referee did not get that one right. None of them got it right. Says, throw to Diamonds. I really didn't see that one at all. The ball ricocheted off. Diamonds plays, that's what I saw. Referee, assistant, very much closer to the play. Here is Smeens down the left flank. There is, and well, good work done there by Bradshaw. But there were no attacking players in the middle for Diamonds FC. They were all caught on the back foot. Jane Fleming can now re-enter, scoring that goal, picking up an injury in the process, being fouled. Ball goes home to the keeper, Brooks. Carlos. Gums, Harley. Gums, misunderstanding. Harley gives it away. Amoni Gums. Smeens cuts it out for Diamonds FC. Alexander Fleming to Peters. Peters drops it for Smeens. Here is Harley. Drops it for Fleming again. Fleming. Oh, he was looking for Smeens. We'll run you through the lineup. They have come to hand. Starting lineup for Lymers Reed. Daniel Bailey, captain and goalkeeper. Number 1. Number 13 is his brother, Damon Bailey. Sidu Bradshaw is number 29. Number 6 is Kenya Brown. Richard Grant, number 23. Number 12 is Amoni Gums. Number 25 is Carline Hughes. Kenan Lloyd is number 28. Number 9 is Terry Pompey. Number 10 is Carlos Richardson. Diamonds FC win themselves a free kick foul on Smeens. And number 20 is Joquan Richardson. And that's the starting lineup for Lymers for Diamonds FC. In goal is Micah Brooks, number 1. Number 15 is Alexander Fleming. Number 22 is that's number 9 is Jaden Fleming, the goal scorer. Number 16 is Malachi Gums. Number 21 is Kevon Harley. Number 4 is Umando Hodge. Captain is Trevor Peters, number 8. And number 6 is Carlos Rees. Number 5 is Rodando Roach. And then we have the Smeens brother. Number 7 is Jalen. Number 2 is Jared. That's the Smeens brothers. It's Jared. Look, like ball across into the back of the net. Peters in the 10th minute of play. It is Trevor Peters, the captain, who has slotted it into the back of the net. And Diamonds FC looks like the Diamond FC that we saw in the first round. It's 2-0. 2-0. Trevor Peters, captain, sliding through. Good ball across the face of net by Smeens. That's Jalen Smeens. And it was picked up by the man Peters, who slots it home in the 10th minute of play, making it 2-0. First goal from the boot of Jane Fleming in the 2nd minute of play. And in the 10th, it's 2-0. Rees. Gums. Back to Rees. Ball has been knocked back to the keeper. Ball. Play across there. Tussle for the ball. Long ball into the arms of the keeper. No harm done. No damage done. Big boot upfield off the head of Fleming. Chase for the ball. Bailey back to the keeper. Smeens to Fleming. Alexander Fleming. Dispossessed by Gums. Oh, that's a good tackle. That's a very good tackle by Omando. Very good tackle there by Omando. Peters finds Roach. That's a foul. Foul going against, that looks like Pompey. That's Kenan Lloyd, the guilty party there. Free kick. Ball into the air. Keeper takes it. Gums drops it wide for Harley. Harley can't control. True taken. Ball cleared. It's going to be a throw to Lymers FC. Long throw. Put it into touch by Damian Bailey. Heavy touch there by Fleming, giving it away. Here is Carlos Richardson. Dispossessed by Harley. Roach. Pompey. Pompey turns. Looking for Grant. Grant. Can't find Hughes. Tussle for the ball. Harley. Harley. Drops it for Smeens. Smeens into the area. Finds Fleming. Fleming. Oh, Fleming holds it up. Held it up just too long. Smeens would have made the overlapping run. Was looking back for the ball. Lloyd looking to come down the right flank. Has Peters to contend with. Peters dispossessed Lloyd. Handball. This Jackson really has to get closer to the play. The referee has to really get closer to the play. He's very, very far from play. Free kick. Damon Bailey stands over this one. That's a good kick. That is a good kick. Good hand by the goalkeeper. And cleared tentatively. Tussle there for the ball. Fleming clears. Oh. Tussle for the ball. Won by Smeens. That's Jared. Jared Smeens finds Fleming, who was looking for Jalen. Was unable to find him. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a good evening. I told you it was a good evening. I told you it was a very, very blessed evening. And the man in the house You will hear who's going to continue the ball, the action as it heats up here at the Raymond Igisha Technical Center. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome next to me, the man Doc. Doc, welcome back. Welcome to the house.
Good evening to one and all, and it's been a very fast start here at the REGTC. 2 very early goals in this one, as we have 2 teams that are looking to regain some form. Diamonds on a bit of a slide after a very good start early on. The Lymers trying to make their way back to the heights of last season where they were top of the league for a long period of time. The Lymers currently in 6th position, just 2 points ahead of the Spartans and the Uprising FC, while the Diamonds, who for a while they were in 2nd just behind the Ducks, they have slipped to 3rd, and they have just a 1-point lead on the Attackers, who have a game in hand. Here comes Bradshaw as the Lymers, they are in their green strip, booted over the top quickly, and this could be troublesome here. Good bit of work, however, a very good bit of work. Needed to be as well. Here come the Lymers FC breaking away. But again, good defensive work there by the Diamonds. Lymers yet again trying to build. But slow, a bit of slow going thus far, and that's not the best of passes at all. Diamonds looking for Jaden, a bit too heavy on the pass, but given away very cheaply, looking for Smains. Lymers again looking to break, this time from the opposite side, forced to go backward. Lymers, they've not quite hit the heights at all of last season. They seemingly have stagnated just a bit. They have been unable really, without the man Yannick Belches, to really find that goal-scoring threat they had. And defensively, without their main anchors in front of them, and Caleb Bryan, and who's gone to the Ducks, and the man Lady, who's been in and out of the side throughout the season. It's been very difficult for them to maintain any sort of defensive stability. As here comes Smith's early ball across. It's going to find Jaden Fleming, who drags his shot wide. Fleming had a glorious opportunity there. Got his foot completely around it and just dragged it past the far post.
He went for a one-time shot there. He had space, he had time to control that ball and touch it one more time if he wanted and take it closer. Well, Doc, it wasn't to be. It wasn't to be. And so, chance going to begin in the 20th minute of play.
Goals have not been hard to come by thus far today.
Indeed, the goals coming in the 2nd and in the 10th minute of play for Diamonds FC. And it looked like the Diamonds FC we saw in the 1st round. And they would have fallen off a bit coming into the 2nd round, losing all of 4 games. Here comes...
That's a very good
That's
run.
a handball. That is a handball.
Indeed.
Yes, losing all of 4 games in the start of the 2nd round. And this evening we are seeing them looking like the Diamonds of old. It is not over. It is way from over. And the game is still very young. We are only in the 20th minute of playing. And so it's anybody's game from here on in. We still have some 70 minutes plus football to be played, and so you just can't call it just yet. But it looked very well being on the front foot so far, Diamonds FC.
Yes, indeed, it's a good ball looking for Jaden Fleming again. Fleming takes it down. Fleming trying to be a bit clever instead of pulling the trigger initially. Diamonds trying to play through the lines, unable to do so. The table has shaped up very interestingly here. Very a small gap, really, between 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Just a 2-point gap separates 3rd and 5th. And this will find Jalen Smins. That's a good save. Made his body big. That could be careless, but he is in an offside position. Did not touch the ball, and it can be cleared now. That was very careless by Bradshaw.
Offside.
Didn't touch the ball. I think the offside would have been called. Had it led to
I
an
don't think it was an
opportunity.
offside. There was a player on the line. There was a player on the line, and that is why I think that the flag didn't go up. There was a player on the line. The goalkeeper came, but there was a player on the line.
Here come the Diamonds yet again. Doesn't get the pass he wanted. Completely got that wrong. Trying to go for the diagonal. It's into touch for a goal kick.
Yes, Doc, you're just joining us. I'm not sure if you knew, but you know, of the passing of the mother of the man Richardson for the Lymers. Tristan Richardson, we call him Bing.
Man,
Yes.
Bing.
And so we again send out our sincere condolences on behalf of the AFA, you know,
The footballing fraternity at large.
entire football fraternity, and especially the Lymers family.
Here come the Diamonds FC. Again, trying to be a bit too clever there. Trying to play through the lines a bit too early. And the man Tunts there, clearing it far upfield. Tunts having starting at centre back, not his usual position.
Certainly, the man Bradshaw, Noah Bradshaw, who normally will start in that position, is not here today, and hence the Lymers is without Noah Bradshaw.
Indeed, they're certainly missing him just a bit. Having to shift around some pieces. I don't think Tunton Bailey would have played centre back for a very long time. I think he may have slotted in a couple times when he was back with the Salsa Ballers all those years ago. This finds Jaden. Jaden has a brilliant run coming through. Chance to make it 3. A bit too unselfish, and the keeper collects. He should have taken the shot when he had the chance. Was a bit too unselfish after making such a brilliant run from deep lying midfield. And the chance goes a-begging.
Ooh, this game could have been put to rest already.
It should be 4. It should really be 4-0. The Lymers are really struggling defensively. Again, they're missing the shield they had. They're not able to cut out because there's either too large of a gap in between the lines or the players that they just aren't filling the gaps necessary when Jaden drops deep. One of the centre backs has to pull with him, so you would expect one of the deep lying midfielders to drop into that space.
And what you have is lack of speed as well in that defensive line for the Lymers, because with the absence of Noah, you know, Bailey doesn't have that speed to go up against the likes of Fleming or Smins.
Indeed.
And so, if you notice, when he makes the attacking run, nobody covers.
Indeed.
And so it's asking too much of both Sidhu and Carlos.
Sidhu he has long legs, but he's not the fastest. And Carlos is fast, but he is playing over on the fast side at fullback, so he's unable to really get over in time. So it's just those little nuances of the game. The little drops by Jaden allowing for the faster players like the two Smiths brothers to break in behind him and create those little pockets of space for the Diamonds to operate in. You know, Bailey does have a very mean free kick on him, and the Diamonds do respect it. There's a 3-man wall.
Yes, indeed.
Bailey hits this one, got the power but not the elevation required, and booted upfield. It was a good idea because he's trying to find Jaden, but it was a bit too heavy. And it can be collected rather easily by Daniel Bailey. A couple players in an offside position. Does not matter. As dealt with by Carlos. Throw into the Lymers. Grant, who has really broken into the team this year after playing a bit part role in the last couple of years. A very bright young prospect for them. The man at Rashad Grant. Stepped up on the 17 scene for the Lymers on the 17 side. Played a very crucial role in their tournament and has really progressed well into the senior side, as have a couple of other players, the likes of Jarrett Smeens for the Diamonds as well, coming through the U17 setup and into the first team, likes of Fidel Brooks as well.
Well, for Smeens, even before there was a U17 tournament, he was a fixture in the senior league. The likes of Millington.
Yes. Man, Nicholson Millington. He's broken through. Fidel Brooks has broken through. the Diamonds FC. Very good to see the youngsters getting the opportunity to showcase themselves on the highest stage of Angolan football.
I'm not sure the referee and the AR are on the same page at all this evening.
I don't think they had no idea who the throw was for. In the end, it has gone the way of the Diamonds. The Lymers, sorry, after they tried to take the throw twice and it was stopped twice. Here come the Diamonds. Jaden is offside, but it is Lymers in possession. Lymers trying to find a pass. That's a dangerous pass. That's not the pass you make at all there. You can't just drop it back into a crowded midfield area. And here come the Diamonds with young Jared Smains. Very good reverse pass. Looking to find Hawley. Daniel Bailey came out quickly. You can't just play those passes there.
It was Harley looked offside. Harley definitely looked offside on that occasion.
Would have been close. Definitely would have been close. So play central looking for Jaden. Now Smains chipped over the top. Trying to go a bit wider. And able to get it under control. And here's Zamoni Gums. It's back now. And Lymers can look to break. Pass between the lines, but they've not been good in those cute areas, the areas that you need a bit of finesse, a bit of cuteness in your play. Lymers, they're a team built pretty much on brute force, and without those little finesse players, like the aforementioned Yannick Belchat, and even the Ian Romneys of the teams not being there, they don't have those little touch players that you would need in those midfield areas. They have brought in some reinforcement there. The man Khalid Hughes.
I'm not sure if you speak reinforcement or you speak gap stoppers.
Well,
there's a vast difference when you speak about bringing in reinforcement in a team, because when you would have the likes of Lily and Yannick and those pieces missing, they're big boots to fail here. It means
I'm only doing defensive work. I'm only a striker. That's just how depleted really the Lymers are at this present moment. A striker like Amoni has to be that far back playing defense. Missing a lot of key players.
And so, you wonder how much Gums has in the tank. We are just in the 30th minute of play and he's on his hunches already. And you wonder because you're asking him to do so much. He is your number one striker. Yet he's playing very deep.
He doesn't have a choice. There's no one else.
And so
the Lymers bench is pretty much empty. There's no one else. Whipped into the area by Smains.
The coach has on his uniform.
It's down to that time of the season, really. That's just an indictment on Angolan football. The number of teams unable to really field the players. Even their rosters are full, but the players, for whatever reason, just can't make it out. Work commitments, injuries. Just that time of year in Angolan football, something that we've really much become accustomed to. This is cute. It's very cute. And Jared Smains just couldn't hold this run. But that's the cute play we're talking about in those areas, in between the defensive midfield line and the defensive line in itself. You just have to have a bit more touch. That was a good pass there by Jaden. Had Jared been able to maintain his position, it could have spelled danger. Could have spelled trouble.
Really, really good play there. Unfortunately for the Diamonds, Smeens just couldn't hold. Just a touch more. Had to wait. Was unable to. And offside call.
Grant. Go essentially towards Carlos. It's a Luigi there. Yeah, the midfield is completely makeshift. It's a right back and a right winger playing the defensive midfield in Luigi and Carlos Richardson. Well, they went from one of the best double pivots in Angolan football to completely makeshift double pivot. That just shows really the frailty of football in Angola. That can be a good ball here. It's going to find Harley. It's a bit further back and he's drifting inside. They don't want to let him shoot. He tried to be cute. Tried to find Jaden on the run. You can't give Jalen Smains that much time and space on his left boot. Had he been in a shooting mood, he could have pulled the trigger there. We know how good Jalen is when he's on form. There's probably one better left foot in the entire of Angola.
That's the man Ricketts.
Dino Ricketts. Chipped over.
And Doc, I'm not sure if you saw that left foot from Camille Gums. And Sunday. Oh.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, what a goal that was.
Very bright young player. He's looking at they recently concluded, was it the under 19, under 21 girls? Under 20 girls, the CONCACAF. And in that last game she played, she was really bright. Created some real problems in that first half. And Angola were able to bag a goal, but weren't able to complete the victory. 2 second half goals. That's brilliant. Almost brilliant. It will find Smains here. Smains has help. Tried to be a bit too selfish. Could have used Stiffy there.
His brother was coming in at the back post as well.
So opted to go for the shot. He had 2 options that you would consider better. It's given away. Well, good work by Carlos, in fact. Shifted wide. Can't keep it in play. Careless giveaway by the Lymers. That's the number 20 for them. Young Jaquan Richardson. Another young man breaking into the side. Doesn't have much experience, even though he's been on the roster for a while. It's going to be a goal kick. Don't know about that from Smains at all. It didn't look like he got a touch. He just let it go. He could have taken it if he wanted to.
And he's saying that Richardson had a touch. That looked clear over the head of Richardson.
Bailey. It's a good pass towards Hughes. Hughes takes it down. Wants some support. Finds it in Gums. Was trying to be clever. Wins a throw-in. Richardson. Has time on the ball. No real pressure being applied, but no real movement around him as well. Doesn't have a pass except Grant. Just a 2-man game at the moment. And he has to be lumped forward. Not much going on at all. No movement there. The line was looking to get into position to receive the pass. Give the Lymers defense a lot of pressure. In the end, they could only boot it forward. Lymers looking to build from the back here. But spacing of the play, very good width being shown. Defensive midfielder dropping into the back line to receive the pass. That's very good. That's a very well coached, well organized setup here by the Diamonds. Very well organized setup. Defensive midfielder not afraid to get onto the ball and create something, dropping deep and then moving forward, progressing the ball. Him being the main ticker in the midfield. On something we've seen very often, of course, the likes of the man Jermaine Hughes and the man Mata. Those are 2 guys that we've seen do it for years here in Angola. Outside of that, we've really lacked a true defensive midfielder that is not afraid to get onto the ball. We're seeing it here for the Diamonds. A brilliant pass as well. It's just out of the reach. Forwards the backward. They come again. The Diamonds FC restarts the play. Rebuilding.
And if you notice what has happened with the Diamonds, they have completely changed the formation and personnel that they started the game with. Because Roach started on the left flank. He is now playing on a right back. Gums, that's Malachi Gums, started on this right back, in a right back position. He's now playing more of a midfield area, winger, while Peters has dropped back into defense, and they keep overlapping.
Indeed. And probably the best tactician here in Angolan football. Not afraid to change it. Definitely not afraid to change it if it's not working. It was working earlier. It was working earlier. It got their 2 early goals. And he's just settled things down onto something a bit more conventional. Rather than having a left footer on the right side, he's going something a bit more conventional for the left footer and Malachi Gums. And again, while you may call it tactical by the Lymers, playing without a release is not the wisest option at all.
Oh,
Bailey has always had a problem. He's all with what we call getting hung here in Angola. He's very much a candidate to be hung by those very high balls. That was almost trouble there again. Almost trouble. It almost dropped on him. He had to make sure he knew where his crossbar was and where his post was. Bailey has always been a candidate. I know a couple. I know that Ricketts did it at some point last season. I know Thomas George did it a couple seasons ago, as well as Akimel Rogers 2 seasons ago for the Spartans. Bailey is always a candidate to get hung from those long shots that just
Handball.
dip on you at the last second.
that's a handball. Not spotted neither by the AR nor the referee.
Gums.
Clearly handball from Jaden.
Yeah, and, Grant is not really trying to find any space, just drifting across the line, not making an incisive run from the line. It's just one man in the box for them. And if the game was at 1-0 at this point, you can say that the plan has been working. But at 2-0, you have to change something because if to concede 2 goals early when you're sitting back this much, your plan hasn't worked. You have to change it.
Indeed. You have to go attacking.
Especially for a team that needs points, because they do have the Spartans of the uprising breathing down their necks. And it is very likely that one of them catches them, because I believe they do play each other, Spartans and uprising. One of them has
Has the potential.
They have
yeah,
potential,
has the potential
to overlap
to upset them, and so
precisely. That was a shot, maybe the first shot of the game for the Lymers, and Mike had pretty easy work there. Nothing difficult at all for him to do. Boots it upfield, and he's wide up. If you're going to sit defensively, you can't leave players this open. And it's going to be Jalen Smains. Smains one-on-one outside. He beats him too easily. You can't show most of that left foot down the byline, cuts it back.
he was looking for his brother.
Trying to find Jared.
He's finding Jared there.
Stunton Bailey. You would think he would be better served playing in midfield and maybe putting Carlos in defense, because he has a bit more speed. And with Sidhu's height, maybe the speed of Carlos would be a better matchup for maybe against Jalen Smains or a Jared. As Jared he's just going to, he can waltz right through that gap. Amoni have to drop right back onto the defensive line. It's just too easy for the Diamonds to just knock it around. A 2-0 lead, they're comfortable. The 3 points seems a formality the way that this game is being played out. There's no real threat. But the Lymers at the moment, Jaden going for the reverse pass. Bradshaw loses out to young Jared Smith, trying to slide through there, trying to wiggle his way across. And here come the Diamonds. Can we play up the line quickly? Instead, opts to go backward towards the defensive line of the Diamonds FC. Again, the line breaking passes are a bit too easy. If you're setting up defensively, you have to have those banks set. You have to have those banks that you can't be getting overmatched. At this point, there are about 4 Diamond shirts against 4 Lymer shirts in the area. If you're defensive, if you're this defensive, you have to have numbers behind the ball. You can't be getting outrun in your own defensive area if you're not doing anything going forward.
If you're getting beaten in the defense and you are not advancing, you're not attacking, then something is madly wrong.
A team like the Eagle Claw last season, their defense was pretty much wide open, but they were always attacking. They always had the attacking threat with the man Yatta and their captain as well. So they always had an attacking threat. So even though they weren't good defensively, they always had a goal in them. But if you're not going to be good defensively and you can't score, it could have been dangerous. And it's Roach who will pick this one up, looking for Jaden. It's Hughes. He was getting an assist against the Western Predators, putting a very good in-swinging corner, I must say. Gums. Pass looking for Luigi. He's forced to go backward to Bradshaw. And Diamonds can just drop in that defensive shape. You can tell the difference. It's. I'm not picking on any side here, but you can see the well-organized team of the Diamonds. Very well organized, very well drilled, very well coached. So here comes Hughes, twisting and turning, but no way to go. You just see them. They have the offensive shape. They have a defensive shape. Lose the ball, just drop into the defensive shape. Quick transitions from defense to attack. That's the signal of a very well-drilled and well-trained side. Lymers, they need to get back. They need to get their players healthy, first of all. They're missing a number of players. A very large number of players they are missing again, of course. The aforementioned Yannick Belchassi. There's no Samil for them. Samil was their captain. There's no Samil. Again, of course, Bing is out for today. No Noah Bradshaw. No Liddy. No Ricardo Carty. So many players out. So many players for the. That's been a story of the Lymers for a long time, but they always had depth to cover it. No Simon Anthony for them either. Simon Anthony, they are missing. With the man Pogba as well.
I think Simon Anthony, he came late. He's on the.
They might have gone late, all right.
Probably will see him in the second half.
They do need him. I do remember watching them earlier in the season, the Lymers, and Simon Anthony was playing really well in the midfield with Varian Carty. Varian missing as well.
Yes. It's practically their starting lineup.
They're missing so many players for the Lymers, but they were always a very deep side. Yes. They were able to cover for those losses, but just unable to anymore. You can only rely on depth for so long. If you can't get your best players out onto the field every single week, you will struggle at some point. This is a brilliant run. He's just driving past the entire defense.
Corner.
Ball is out.
The whistle went. Did we hear a whistle? Yes, we heard a whistle
just outside the area. He was being tugged.
Just outside the box.
They couldn't stop him. Too much pace. Way too much pace. Carlos has to drop a bit deeper. Carlos has to get into that defense because Jalen is breezing past everyone back there.
But I'm wondering, why did he blow the whistle?
But Jalen was running
the
through.
Ball, play the advantage.
Let's see what happens through this attack, and then if it doesn't work, put it back. As Jalen was right down to the byline, he had two players in the area.
Not good decision making there at all by Jackson.
Free kick just outside the area. Jaden can strike a ball. We saw him score one last season. This one a bit wider for him. What can he do with this, Jaden Fleming? This man's coming short. Nothing more than a decoy, I would assume, as he hits it and he rattles the crossbar. Jaden Fleming there. Very good free kick, just didn't dip enough. Whipped in towards, a bit behind Jared Smeans. And he's going for the audacious chip. Couldn't get it towards the goal. Bailey was slightly off his line, but nothing to be concerned about. Goal kick.
Ooh, what a free kick that was.
Jaden Fleming can strike a ball. just didn't dip enough. Just a bit too close. Just a bit too close for him. It needed that foot, that extra foot of dip just to get down. On the line was it's Clyde Hughes. Morning trying to get positioning, unable to do so. As it's Richardson.
Very heavy touch there.
Very heavy pass. And that will be the halftime whistle signaled by referee Jackson. And at the half, it's been pretty much the perfect start for the Diamonds FC. Diamonds 2, Lymers 0.
That's where we are going to take you back to Master Control in just about 12 minutes or so. We'll be rejoining you with the second half. Reminding you, it's a 2-0 in favor of Diamonds FC. Goal coming in the second minute from the boot of the man Jane Fleming, and in the 10th minute from the boot of the captain Trevor Peters, giving Diamonds FC a 2-goal advantage going into the half. Until then, we'll rejoin you. We're taking you back to Master Control. Ethan, welcome back to the Raymond Igisha Technical Center. Just before we resume, I just want to run you through some stats so far. For the female, well, each team has played one game except for the Gazelles, and it's the Superstars with the only win of the tournament so far. All the other teams has 1 point. So the Superstars are taking an early lead with 3 points. Diamond Queens 1 point, Shining Stars 1 point, Little Soldiers, Youngsters and Eastenders, the Eastenders has no points as they conceded to the Superstars. So the Youngsters, Little Soldiers, Shining Stars and Diamond Queens are all on 1 point. The Easterners yet to get off the mark, and the Gazelles yet to play a game. Doc will run us through the stats for the male.
As in the men's side of things, is the Ducks United really starting to pull away just a bit. They have just one blemish, just one draw on their record. They've won 10 out of 11, drawn 1. They have 31 points with a goal difference of 58. The Lions, they have won 9, but they've lost 2 for 27 points, goal difference of 39. The Diamonds, they are around the mix as well. They are in third, having won 7 and lost 5. They have 21 points, but their goal difference is just 1. The Attackers, they do have a game in hand on the Diamonds. They have played 11. They've won 6, drawn 2, lost 3. Total of 20 points and a goal difference of 11. The Eagle Claw, they have played the most games in the tournament thus far. They are sitting in 5th. They've won 6 games, the most they've won in a season. Very good season for the Eagle Claw. They've won 6, and they've lost 6, drawn 1. And the Cat is back on the field yet again.
Yes, and that is the FA Cat.
That's the FA Cat. He's back again.
That is the FA Cat. So it's his home ground. It's his home. It's where he plays.
I think he likes to get a better view of the field in the second half because he always comes on right around the halftime and just punches right on that box. He likes that view of the field. The Lymers are not having a good season at all thus far. From what was expected of them, they have won just 3 out of 12 games, drawn 3 and lost 6. Goal difference of -2, total of 12 points. The Spartans, they have 2 wins and 4 draws, and 6 losses from their 12 games, total of 10 points. They are prizing. They've won 3. They've won one more than the Spartans, but they've lost 2 more as well. They've only drawn the 1, lost the 8 games, 10 points as well. And then bringing up the rear of the Predators, goal difference of -81. But they do have that one win on their record, coming back from getting played off the park by the Spartans just a couple weeks previously. They came back with a couple new players, and they completely shell-shocked the Spartans, 4-3. They do have that win on their record, but they do have just the 3 points, and they are bringing up the rear in the table.
Well, the man lady is here. So the Lymers would be strengthened in just a bit. We expect a lady to make his appearance after he would have gone through his warm-up drills. Late, but it's better late than never.
Late than never at all.
It's still a lot of football to be played.
It is just 2-0. For all the dominance that Diamonds have displayed in the first half, it is only 2-0.
Indeed.
And we saw this recently when Manchester United played Tottenham Hotspur. They went to the halftime 2 goals up, cruising in the game. The game ended 2-2. And that's not the only time it's happened to Manchester United. They were playing Sevilla as well, cruising for 70 minutes at 2-0. Ball bouncing in the area now, can be cleared. Cruising for 70 minutes at 2-0. And the game finished 2-2. You think a 1 goal isn't safe. 2 goals isn't safe either. Seen in recent times that You have to put them away. Amoni is breaking away at pace. Amoni guns forces a brilliant save from Micah. That's that track speed, that track star speed, that Victor Ladorum speed of Amoni Gums, just tearing past everyone in that Diamonds defense and letting off a shot that forced a great save from Micah.
And that is what Amoni is missing. Why he's missing Liddy. Because with the presence of Liddy will hit those long balls over the top of the Diamonds defense for Amoni to run on to.
One of the best track athletes in Angola displaying that speed there. Goodness, if you thought Jalen was fast, take a look at that young man.
Well.
Absolutely.
Tremendous run. It had to take something special from the goalkeeper to keep him at bay.
He tore up the track for the recently concluded high school athletics competition. Somewhere in that 100 meters there. Goodness. He was fast in primary school. Dropped some form, but he has come back with a vengeance. That boy is naturally fast. Goodness.
And you could imagine if Amoni
here. Oh, he's onside. Swings hits it. Good save, Bailey.
If Amoni was the type of athlete who would change track, I think that he's good enough to have gone to the next level with ease.
There's some track athletes that you'll see on display, likes of Canty Brooks, recently concluded Victor Ladorum of the high school athletics meet. He's on show in the Angola Football League. A number of track athletes on show. But that boy Amoni comes. Goodness. When he sets off, not much you can do to stop him. You have to take him down.
Yes, he's very fast. Very, very fast.
The only defender possibly that can run with him is Tafari Smith. Possibly at a stretch. Played forward. They have to get Liddy onto the midfield as soon as possible. They have to spring Amoni. He's their danger man. Those Diamonds are fast in defense. They're not that fast.
Alex at his best is fast. If you notice that he's not playing fullback in his normal position that he would normally play. You have Umando Hodge, who is playing, and he's not 100% fit, and so you don't want to risk that speed.
You don't want to take off too suddenly and then pull something.
Hence, you see that he's playing that holding midfield area.
That's the exact thing that happened to the Spartans with Kivoy Lake. Kivoy Lake was a center back and fullback. Got injured, had to play versus the Roaring Lions in a game, and he had to start into midfield, and that's become his permanent home. Become a pretty good midfielder here in the Angola Football League. There for the Spartans FC. Here come the Lymers, just giving away cheaply. Played through brilliantly as well. And had that pass gotten wide, I don't think Tunton was catching anyone.
It was well read. It was well read there by Joquan Richardson.
Very well read. Looks like, is that the man, Terry Pompey, who's playing at fullback today? I'm not certain. It might be Pompey who's playing at fullback for the Lymers. And Pompey's a midfielder by trade, a forward by trade, in fact. Yeah, missing players. Can Money take off again? And Money just being bundled off the ball. They had to double team him. As the Lymers now, after a look for that runner, Jalen, because he's just creeping behind them. That's a brilliant ball towards Jalen Smains, but he's offside. I like what the Diamonds have done with Jaden Fleming. They've pushed him upfield this season. He started off as a striker earlier. They dropped him into a defensive midfield role a couple seasons ago, and he did have a very good long pass on him, trying to spring Jalen Smeens open, as well as the man in, that's a bit careless, but I guess we with it in the end. The man Barber, they did have Barber for that season there at the Diamonds. His long balls were working but he wasn't getting the full use of it, Jaden. His shots were from a lot further out than they needed to be. He's been pushed upfield this season, playing as really that creator in the front line, and it's really worked for the Diamonds FC. Slotted across as Khaled Hughes is chasing and forcing the Diamonds FC wide. Almost lost possession. Jaquana Richardson trying to get in there. Into touch, throw into the Lymers. So taken quickly. He's going to try and spring Khaled Hughes. Hughes drives one at goal. And it's forced to go behind, but it is offside, signaled by the assistant referee.
I think it's a very late call. It's a late call. It's the correct call. I must say, it is the correct call, but it came very, very late. I thought that he was in an offside position when he picked up the ball, but the call came very, very late. And so, you know, without VAR, you have to make those calls. As soon as it happens, let's make those calls.
You do see in England that assistant referees are told to just wait a bit before they make their calls because they don't want to make the wrong call, stop proceedings, and then VAR comes in and shows that he was not, in fact, offside or whatever the case is.
You see, with the help of VAR, you can allow, you could run, let's see. You can always pull back the play.
Always pull back the play, exactly.
VAR, but without VAR, let's make those calls. Because without those calls,
you don't want injuries.
Coming late. One, you want to avoid injuries. Two, you want to take any doubt out of Orso's mind.
Precisely. That's a bit cheap. And it can be played to Jaden. Jaden looking to turn. Under some pressure, but he's very strong. And will win the free kick. Jaden using his body very well. Bundle off the ball. Free kick to the Diamonds. Pretty far out. A bit further out than they would like. Can put one in. They do have a bit of height there. Jaden himself, very good in the air, as well as Alex.
Yes.
Trevor Peters as well. Can get up there.
This means the man who is going to line up behind this one with the left boot.
Don't be surprised if he pulls that trigger.
Well,
don't be surprised if he does, but he will float it more than likely. As I said, don't be surprised if he pulls that trigger. That's just Jalen. That has been Jalen from the time I've known Jalen since primary school. That has been Jalen Smeans. Never afraid to have a shot. If it's on his left boot, he'll hit it. And he'll hit the target.
9 times out of 10.
It just he always has that one in him where it's like, where did that come from? As that's a clever ball, but well read by Micah. That's what you need there. That's exactly what you need. Jaden.
That ball went.
He keeps it in play.
Ooh.
And Malachi turns, finds Peters. Diamonds content to build it. Well, I did say they were content to build it until they gave it away a bit cheaply. But there's no one out there. Nothing but green grass and one Diamond shirt. Does have a couple players in the box to aim at, one arriving late as well. He cuts this one back and driven at goal. And Bailey's hands must be stinging him. They must be absolutely stinging. He couldn't hold it. It was too hot to handle. But he kept it out. That's the important part.
Had to go for a post. He had to go for a post.
You can't just drive. That's the only place the keeper could get it straight at him.
He had to go for a post.
Here comes Jaden. Jaden has a man to beat in Bradshaw. Beats him easily. Cutting inside Jaden. Jaden driving one at goal. Can't keep his shot down, however, always leaning back.
He could have drawn. He could have accepted the help wide instead of going on his own with that one. Harley was wide, and he could have gone. Harley.
Diamonds turning up the heat now.
Looking very threatening. You don't want to just look threatening. You want to bury opportunities like this because it can come back to bite you later on in the piece.
You need to get that goal. You need to get that goal to put this game to bed. because the Lymers, they still have Liddy to come. Liddy comes, it's not just one man's coming, it's like two players are coming. Because when Liddy comes, that means that Morley gets pushed higher. And a Morley running at any defense is a headache. Peters chooses to come across. He's up under some pressure from the aforementioned Morley Gums, forced to go back. That's a brilliant ball between the lines. Can whip in a ball here. So the Bradshaw does well. That's careless. Does very well in the end, however. And Luigi can look to break Luigi. Luigi steps past the man. Luigi can send the Morley running. Luigi missed out on that one because there was no one who could stop Amoni back there.
Carlos would have had to foul Amoni to stop him.
He would have had to take that red card because there was no one behind him. And there was no one who could stop him.
He would have had to foul him to stop him.
Luigi, you have to give a better pass than that. In that situation, you need the goal to get back into the game. Good pressure being applied by the Lions, but Jaden again, his strength is so good as a false nine. Again, drop into the midfield area, pick up the ball, use his strength and dish it off. He's just dropped deeper now to play creator. Gives this one away. Trying to find Luigi. Diamonds again losing out in a pretty dangerous area for the White Khalid Hughes. Khalid sends it down the line looking for some support. Gets it back. Needs to play a pass here. Finally does play one with it straight to a sky blue shirt. Here come the Diamonds. Just streaking away down the line. Some help being given. It isn't a touch. It will be a corner. The game has opened up just a bit here. Diamonds trying to extend the lead. Lymers trying to get back into the game.
Just over half an hour to play. It is all to play for. Still a lot of football to be played. Diamonds holding a 2-0 advantage. And the 2 goals came very early in the game within the first 10 minutes of play. And I think that even without their starting roster, that which they would have loved to have on the field, Lymers have really held their own.
Even without being the Lymers of old, they are the Lymers of old. As this one is, deflected away. Just off the line. That was going goalward. And it looked for the slightest of seconds like they would have crept into the far corner. Out of reach of the agonizing Daniel Bailey.
It would have. It was destined for goal. And luckily for the keeper, one of his defenders was on the line.
Just stuck out of boots, hit it and hoped. And it went wide. This one floated in a bit deeper. Diamonds can recycle possession. He chose to whip it in early here. Instead of opts to go wide. It's a good ball if he's onside. He's onside and just loses out. Just too strong for him. And Jackson stops the play. And I don't think it was necessary for him to at that point in time. He's completely fine. I don't think there was a need for him to stop the play at that point in time. He's really fine.
Whether there was a foul or not.
If it's a foul, that's a very late whistle. That is a very late whistle by Jackson. Extremely late. Well, and no, it's not a foul. It wasn't a foul. It didn't look a foul to me. Diamonds are complaining for one. Now there's space.
I mean,
that's a good pass. Oh, Luigi. Legs must be tired. Luigi's an old man, Luigi.
You're just telling.
Been around for some time. Won a championship back in the Salsa Ballers days. Very good player he was, Luigi. It's going to find Jaden between the lines. Jaden hits one. And Bailey, did he keep this one out? Did he keep that out? His palms must still be stinging from that last shot by Jalen Smains. He couldn't hold on to it.
And the ref, the AR is not in a very good. It wasn't in the best
The
position.
AR couldn't see down the goal line.
He wasn't in the best position to see on the goal line. And Coach Linton thought I had that one in. Not
good.
to be. Not to be.
It looked good. But Bailey did just enough. Here comes Luigi. Luigi again.
Is that a shot? Was that a shot?
The old Luigi, he was banging that one top corner with that left boot. Luigi had a left boot back in his day. Luigi's left boot today, it ain't what it used to be. You can still put in a shift, Luigi. He can give you a solid 45, 50, 55 minutes. Still a good player on his day. Suffering from some injuries for a while as well. Jaden cuts this one back for Jared Smains. That's a brilliant last-ditch effort. Not done quite yet. Here come the Diamonds still. Sends it out wide. Plays it across early. Bailey was alert because Jared was lurking. And he's going down, the young man for the Lymers. It's a Mooney. Carlos got a good read. Luckily for him as well. The Lymers probably have one substitute available. That's Liddy. When do they want to use him? Well, it's a good play.
It actually has two.
I
have the big man in Thomas. Is it Thomas? That's
Curvin Lee, yes. The big man Curvin.
Not Thomas, but Lee.
When do they want to use Liddy is the question. It's gone down. Is it cramp? Is it more than that? He went down off the ball. Those are always difficult. Can never quite tell. Hope it's nothing more than cramp. Liddy's going to get his preliminary warm-up in. Liddy coming into the midfield means that Mooney goes further forward. It's a dangerous proposition. We are into the 65th minute of play. Diamonds are leading 2-0. 2 early goals coming within the first 10 minutes of play. Off the boots of Captain Trevor Peters and Jaden Fleming. Has been the difference between these two sides thus far. But the Lymers, they just hang around. No matter what iteration it is of the Lymers, they just hang around games. I remember last season, the first game of the season, against the brand new attackers. With Kadeem Riley and Hakeem Beer just coming into the side. And the Lymers, they snuck a draw in the very last minute. They just hang around games that they have no business being in. And they're just able to pull something out to get a result. They're always such a difficult team to play for teams at the top of the table. And that's why they were able to stay top for as long as they did last season until they tapered off just a bit towards the end and bowed up in the semifinals and finished 4th in the end.
Yes.
They're just able to hang around. And all of it is down to that man. Monique Gums was the man who was able to get an equalizer against the attackers early last season.
So I guess we're going to see Liddy coming in for injured. It seemed to be Grant. The man who...
Well, Grant is not quite a striker, but he's had to play there. And, well, that's a very good turn. But he played it across early to no one in particular. I had no reason to play that early. He was at the byline and he was alone. He could have held it a bit longer. It's a Strubble. It's a Simone. Michael comes out well. Tamoni up there by himself for now.
When he was appealing that the player played the ball back to the keeper. Well, if you were calling that one,
You had to call the one back there as well.
you had to call that one.
Well, that was off the thigh anyway, so it wouldn't have mattered.
That one was off the boot. This one was off the thigh.
Precisely. I don't think you couldn't call either of them
Either
really
of
a
them.
back pass. So if you're going to appeal for the one up there, Money, you have to admit that the one that they committed was a lot more likely to be called as one. Hughes plays a ball across early. That can be just left for Micah to burn some time off the clock. Diamonds up 2-0. Liddy's coming back into this game. Liddy's coming into this game, sorry, as Grant is trying to come back into this one. He's jogging over on the side. Grant is a winger by trade. Forced to put in the graveyard shift really up front. There's pace. There's some pace. Here come the Diamonds down the outside. He's offside there. He's very much offside. And it wouldn't have mattered because Bailey came out and collected well. He wants the runner. He wants the runner. Doesn't have a runner. Forced to go back.
Well, Amoni was looking for it.
He was trying to go wide, however. It looks like, is that Keenan Lloyd? I'm not certain.
It is.
It is Keenan Lloyd. And here come the Diamonds FC. Again, Diamonds building well. That's a good position to have the ball. Can he slot it wider? And the shot comes in, and that will be goal number 3. The Diamonds have tripled their advantage. The man in Jaden Fleming
With his second of the night.
has his second. That's 3 for the Diamonds. That's a very good finish as well. Put it out of reach of keeper Daniel Bailey. The Diamonds FC are coasting.
In the 69th minute of play, it was good work by Harley. Very good work by Harley. And it's the end of the night for Grant and the entrance of Liddy. It is also the end of the night for Harley, and Millington will do the honors. But that's the last bit of work from Harley, an assist in that goal, and tremendous job done there by Harley. A really good shift.
Could have opted to go to his left, went to his right, found Jaden. Jaden found just a centimeter of room. You can't give him any room. Dangerous on that right boot. And it's given away. Here comes Jalen now. He had to get that tackle right. Did get it right. Jalen. Peters. And that was forced to go wide to the new man in Millington. No, that's Millington, sorry. Millington beats the man rather easily. Back to Carlos. Trying to go between the lines. And now goes all the way back to Micah. Getting more confident using Micah with his feet now, the Diamonds FC are. Trusting him a bit more, and he's not really giving them a reason not to just yet. As the man Bailey has come forward. Bailey is going to the midfield, looks like. Actually, no. Someone else has slotted a bit further forward. We'll get that for you in a moment. Hughes.
Isn't that offside?
They want the offside.
That was offside.
Don't think they'll get it.
That was offside.
Hughes puts in a pretty good ball. Headed clear. There were 2 players just in behind waiting on it.
Is it that we are at such a disadvantageous position? That really, really looked offside, Doc.
Might be the angle, I'm not certain. Might just be the angle. It looked like he was well ahead from where we were seated. But the AR had the better view, I presume. And he did not judge it to be that Kalai was in an advantageous position. Can whip a ball in here. Should whip a ball in here. Ball does come in, but to no one but the green jersey of Micah Brooks.
And what?
This could be troublesome. Sadu had to get that right. There's no one back here that can run with Jalen.
What Lymers actually also has as an advantage with Liddy on the field are those long throws from just outside the penalty area.
Here comes Jalen. Jalen down towards the byline. Jalen whips the ball across and barely spills it. It's a wide open net, but that is absolutely brilliant by Daniel Bailey. Committed himself, made himself big, and prevented this game from getting even further out of hand.
Ooh.
Not done yet. Not done yet of the Diamonds. It's given away. It's going to find Jaden, who lays this one off. Great block. A whiff clearance. Still bouncing around. Poked across. Wide open net. But the referee has blown. It will be a free kick. Well, the Lymers nearly got away with one there. The Lymers certainly got away with one there because two glorious opportunities, a good block, and a brilliant save by Daniel Bailey. The goal was open. He couldn't get back to the goal, so he came out to the ball. Just completely smothered the shot.
Yes. It was a good left footer coming in there, the follow-up shot from Millington, but just found Bailey in the way.
Keenan gives away a free kick, careless and ball. Unfortunate bobble.
3-0 in the 74th minute of play, with 16 to play plus any time added. And Lymers have it all to do.
Here come the Lymers.
Peters.
Poked forward.
Oh, that's a poor ball. Ball given away.
Luigi doesn't have the burners anymore. Luigi with burners was taking that straight to the goal. Malachi, that's a good pass. That's good defending as well. Shifted further out wide. Hughes. Lymers trying to get back into this one. Liddy going for his patented long ball. He has the one with the left boot. Mally has the one with the right boot. That Mally switch over to the left wing from dropping deep into midfield made the kick so successful for such a long time.
That's a dangerous ball.
That's really dangerous. This
ball.
could be dangerous here because Billy has to use his feet. He couldn't touch it. And we'll find Peters. Peters now advantageous position. He will find Smeens. Smeens going for the 1-2 of Jaden. Does get the ball back. Smeens down the outside. Jalen Smeens.
Too close to the keeper on that occasion.
He tried.
He was looking for his brother, but I think Millington would have been the better option. Who was?
I think he could have pulled the trigger.
I think he should have. He should have. Instead of looking for the pass, he should have gone for goal.
Just go low and hard across the keeper. Chipped over nearly brilliantly. Liddy. Now they have to find him. He's streaking through. They can't catch him. But Micah, brilliantly yet again. Absolutely brilliant yet again by Micah. He stayed down. It's not a foul because Micah was the man who made initial contact, but he came off worse for wear. Micah had to get there because, again, no defender could catch him on the gums.
And he could not have been tentative. He
had to come and claim, make sure it was his.
Had to go one time, and so he did.
Not sure if the Diamonds have another keeper available to them right now. I do know back in a couple of years ago, Tashim would have pulled on the gloves and the jersey and gone and goal. as the backup keeper. Don't know if they have anyone available to them right now if Micah can't continue.
Doesn't seem like too much of severe damage. That just full-on contact, 50-50 challenge, shoulder.
Just came off worse for wear.
I think that Books actually is taking time professionally out of the game more than anything else.
Something that we saw a whole lot of on Sunday night. The Spartans took on the Roaring Lions FC. A whole lot of professional time wasting by pretty much the master of professional time wasting. Kamal Harding-Hodge went down twice. After about 5 minutes after the whistle blew, calf, hamstring, something, killing time.
Well, that's a teacher of time wasting when it comes to football on the field.
Can't
Killing
blame him.
time.
Did learn under the Diamond's roof. Did learn a bit under the Diamond's roof. Substitution now to be made for the Diamonds FC.
That's the man Alex, not 100%, and given a good shift, put in a good shift. It's going to be a double substitution. Jaden as well, who whatever scored 2 of those goals, will now give way as well.
He won't get a chance for the hat trick, but he's put in his work. 2 more goals to add to his tally on the season. He's had such a good season, Jaden Fleming. Adds another 2 to his collection as play has resumed now after Michael burned about 5 minutes off the clock.
Free kick.
Free kick here. Liddy, pretty good position for him. Can float it if he wants to. He can hit it if he wants to.
Liddy is going to look for gums, or he's going to go for the upper left corner of the goalkeeper.
Indeed. He can float it towards Amoni. Amoni, he's on the mark. He's waiting. He's taking off. He tried to hit it, Liddy. Didn't work out for him. Also, as good of a season as the man Jaden Fleming has had. He's not even the leading goal scorer for the Diamonds FC. As that is, of course, the man Jarrett Smeans. He's back 14 goals on the year. He's second in the goal scoring charts, only behind Jonathan Gishard of the Docks United. You have Jose Torres for the Docks as well. He's in third, having a very quietly under the radar season. Amori's on side. Amori can't get there, but Carlos with the Mackay having his breakthrough season, his debut season really in the AFL. Mackay Connor, he has grabbed himself 12 goals. Bino Ricketts for the Docks, a third Docks man. That's how dominant they've been in this league, and that's why their goal difference is 58 after having scored 64 goals in 11 games. Bino, he has 12. And Baba Johnson of the Eagle Claw, having a good season as well. He's at 8. Christian Williams, a second youngster for the Lions. Here come the Diamonds. Oh no. They are incredulous, the Diamonds. And I don't blame them. That looked from initial perspective. That my immediate thought on that was penalty. I have to look back at it. But Jackson didn't call it. My initial reaction was that was a challenge from behind that got none of the ball. The Diamonds bench was incredulous. They couldn't believe it.
Ooh. Yeah. Quickly said nothing there.
Have to go back and look at that one. That looked a bit sketchy. Didn't look clean at all. Oh, that's a good ball.
He's not offside.
Not offside.
That call and that occasion, he's not offside.
The
previous call was offside. The previous one was offside. That is not offside.
Kalai was well. Ooh.
When he collected the ball, he was behind the defense. When the ball was initially played, he was onside. He was onside. Oh my!
We have the wide advantage when we're able to see when he started his run and when the ball was played. He was behind the line. He was behind that defensive line.
Miscontrolled by Micah.
They do say the ball doesn't lie. The ball in football has never lied. Throw into the Lymers. Throw will be taken by the number 9 Pompey. Ooh, that throw looks completely illegal, but here comes Bailey. Good challenge. Diamonds have a 3-on-1 if they want to use it. They want really aware to it. And he's trying to sneak in there. Just too small. Was that Kevin Paul there who's come onto the field?
That is Rabbit, the man Rabbit.
The man Rabbit. Well, the Rabbit doesn't have too much meat on the bones.
And somebody's going to get a card. Bratcher for kicking away the ball. Bratcher gets the yellow. Useless, needless yellow card for kicking away the ball.
Absolutely unnecessary. Had no need to. Just frustration. Just utter frustration by Sidhu Bradshaw. That's a pretty dangerous position. That's about maybe 27 yards out, 25 yards out. Definitely hittable range for that man, Jalen Smains.
Yes.
Can he keep it down is the question.
Lily is trying to make a case. I'm not sure what case he's trying to make. Because you kick the ball away, time wasting clearly. Yellow card.
Just maintaining goal difference of the Lymers. What? It is a dangerous position. It's a dangerous free kick. And Bailey has to be aware. 2 former teammates. Tries to go early and it hit the second wall. Didn't hit the initial wall. Former primary school teammates. Daniel Bailey and Jalen Smains. Together the Adrian T. Hazel Primary School. And Smains tried to catch him off guard with a quick free kick. Just didn't get the height he needed. It went over the first wall, but didn't beat the second wall. Jared just drifting into space, picking out an absolute peach of a ball. And I don't think you can call that. I don't know. That's tight. Ooh. It's really tight.
Was that offside?
Ooh, it was delectable. It was delicious. You could taste it.
Oh, that
the
was
ball
a sweet
by
ball.
Jared.
The delivery. The ice for it.
They had players lining up. The entire goal would have been at the mercy of whoever chose to hit it.
It was a good pass back.
It was cut across the goal.
See, I'm in the best position. I saw that, and you're offside.
Well.
There was no VAR.
You can see Chef Oy Gums, the coach of the Uprising, just taking a peek at the Lymers game, of course. Uprising right on the heels of the Lymers, as well as the Spartans FC, both right on the heels of the Lymers. And both will have a game in hand after tonight. The Spartans at the weekend, they come up against the Docks United. It would be the upset of upsets if they were to get anything from that game.
Docks United just seem to be.
I don't think there's anyone in the league right now who can touch Docks United.
You know, one of the things that I've noticed with the Docks, when Docks plays a Lion, you expect a good game. But you really don't get that kind of game.
It's a different Docks. Docks, there's a mental block when Docks come up against the Roaring Lions.
And there are a couple of things. I don't know why Ricketts seem to be dropping in a holding midfield area.
In front of the defense. He just sits in front of Simba and he refuses to move.
I'm not sure why. I don't know.
It's a mental block.
But when they play, this is a problem.
Oh dear,
dear.
You can't be offside. The keeper played it to him.
The keeper played the ball. You cannot be offside.
Had the goal scored and had it been called offside, that would have really been a cause for concern because no could offside. That's the first real blemish I've seen Micah make. when he was trusted with his feet. You know, he's been doing a whole lot of work with them. Liddy. Not afraid to use Tunton Bailey. Good work by Bailey.
Rabbit is a little thorn in the flesh. He's always present there.
He really is a rabbit. Always bouncing around, always in and around, looking, hounding someone, running down someone. He has endless energy, Rabbit. Endless energy. So Linton used Rabbit almost to perfection against the Roaring Lions, I believe it was.
Indeed,
Rabbit
yes.
came on, hounded someone, got himself a goal.
Yes.
Almost perfect. I think they got a draw out of that game.
Unfortunately, it wasn't a draw, it was a win.
They got a win out of that game, actually.
The Diamonds FC lost one game in their first round, and that was against Docks United.
Yes,
They beat everybody else.
I believe it was a draw, but it was a win, actually. They just tapered off at the start of the second round. And that could find Jalen. We'll find Jalen. Jalen up against Bradshaw. You know he's going down the line. Forced him inside. He lost possession. Jalen is a very left foot dominant player. Take away his left foot and you have a chance. He's going to run. He's going to run. You're not going to catch him. He wants to pass. No one there to receive it. He's the one to receive it. He's not there. Shifted out wide. Here come Diamonds. Oh, good beat. Still going, just drifting past players. A man aiming at the back post, cuts it back, tries to slip it through. Tried to be too cute.
After doing all the hard work, Kevin Paul, only making a hash of it.
He's frustrated. He's tired.
In the 89th minute of play.
He's run up and down the field for 89 minutes. Nothing to show for it but one chance that was saved. He's been in the definition of the graveyard shift for a striker. Here come Diamonds. Can they add one more cherry on top? Shifts this one across well. Tries to cut this one back and go back down the line. It's a tussle. It's a big tussle. Oh, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant work. Liddy. It's further across towards, it looks like Carlos. Back to Liddy. Sends him running now. Trying to go down the line. Forced to set the fourth throw in.
We think we have about 3 minutes, 4 minutes. At a time.
About five on his own, but I think we'll probably see maybe 3 or 4 minutes. Shouldn't be too much. The game is you can pretty much call this one at this point a Diamonds victory. No need to extend the game.
Well, I'm not saying that. I am not saying that at all. You can't say that at all.
It was a point that was brought up at a referee's conference very recently that I was just listening in on online. The added time that is added to some games, just is it necessary? I've seen games like where the score is about 6-0, and we've seen 7 minutes and 8 minutes being added on, just when it's absolutely unnecessary. A player can get injured, a player can get hurt. And those type of games where there's no need for the extra time, the game is decided.
We have had 90 minutes. We are just waiting to see how much minutes is added.
It will be more now because he's been down for the last couple minutes.
Just about a few seconds back. It's no minutes. It's just about
well, it was
45
88
seconds.
when I looked up at the clock. Look back, it's 90. So
Doc, it's 5 minutes added.
5. It was 3 before. He took 2. Now it's 5.
5 minutes added.
Can Diamonds add one more in these 5 minutes?
Well, I think Lymers can.
No one in there. Absolutely no one in there. See that big man of the match check making its way down. Giving away a bit cheaply. Trying to beat him a bit too easy there by Keenan to dispossess. Tries to go inside. Oh, giving away a bit cheaply. And Luigi goes back to Liddy. Good strength, good tussle for the ball. Diamonds come away with it.
Free kick.
That's going to be a free kick, an infringement there. Substitution to be made now. Very difficult to see again. Since they've moved those to the other side. No, my eyes aren't the best.
It's going to be a double substitution, nothing on the board.
Well, the board isn't showing too much. I think the batteries may be low.
Number 8 for number 28. That's the captain. That's Peters. Peters is going to give way. That looks like for Harley. And
there's a younger Harley who is breaking through as well. This season getting some more playing time.
And Smith is going to give way to Garvey. So it seems to be the Garvey brothers. Yes, it's the Garvey brothers. It's not Harley. It's the Garvey brothers who are going to make their entrance, as well as Lee.
So it's Kasim Garvey and Kamoy Garvey. Yes. Remember that the older brother Garvey used to be a mainstay in the Diamonds defense a couple seasons ago as well.
He hits this one through for Rabbit to run on too.
Bailey doesn't decide to come. Rabbit, look at the fresh legs. They're just scampering back, but Rabbit is the area. Rabbit hits it. Bailey saves. That's the Rabbit for you. That is the Rabbit. Absolute character, absolutely loved by the Anguillan footballing community. Always provides, he gives everything he has, even when he didn't have much to give. Back in the early days of the Rabbit, he was giving everything. Such an effort player, such a hustle player, the type of player you want on your side. May not be the most technically gifted, but they will follow an instruction to a T. Here come the Lymers. Just a consolation goal will be all they're looking for now. That's been the kind of day, hasn't it? Just nothing working out the way they want it to. Tunton Bailey, of course, is the brother of their goalkeeper, Daniel Bailey. Going wide, looking for Amoni hits it. It's blocked. Amoni with 3 players around him, still trying to get through.
That's a penalty.
That's a handball.
That's a penalty.
No,
that's a penalty. That's a
and blows. He took his precious time to call that.
That's a penalty.
But he has blown the whistle.
That is a penalty.
He pointed to the spot. It will be a penalty. Just a consolation goal.
I tell you what, though. I tell you what. Amoni was in an offside position. It was not called. And he has on himself a penalty.
Indeed. It is going to be Liddy, the veteran, is going to take this one. Liddy, a former goalkeeper, as well, goal captain national team for a number of years.
Yellow card given to the keeper.
As well. Yellow card to Michael. He was holding on to the ball, wasting time. Amoni had to literally wrestle the ball out of his grasp. Diamonds had to get out of the box before they were getting cards as well. Diamonds have 2 players arguing while they're in the box. Have to be very cautious. Very, very cautious. It will be Liddy up against Micah Brooks. And Liddy buries this one. Nothing more than a consolation. But they do get some reward for the hard work that they put in. They without a number of players, the Lymers FC. They stuck around for a large majority of this game against a team that have been in some really, really good form to start the season and that needed a win to maintain their top 3 position. Again, with the attackers breathing right down their neck. It will be a win for the Diamonds, but the
Indeed.
Lymers, they do have something to build off of.
Could be the final bit of action that we see in this game.
We are into the 97th minute of play. 3 goals to 1. That's how it is. 3 goals to 1. It's more than likely how it will stay. He's just booted it up the field. As Diamonds.
That's the final
And that
whistle.
will be all from referee Jackson. He has seen enough. Diamonds back to winning ways, back into form after a skid that took them out of the top 2. They have taken a 3-goal-to-1 victory over the Lymers FC, catapulting themselves to 24 points. Don't look now. They're just 3 points of Lions in second.
Well, it is. And Lions has.
They would have 2 games in hand,
2
Lions.
yes.
But Lions still have some difficult games remaining. And the performance on Sunday was not their best showing at all. They did win, but they were held to by a D-man Spartans without their captain Alaric. They were held for a large majority of that game. They made hard work of it. They do have some difficult games in hand. They have to look over their shoulder. Diamonds, they are not done yet.
Indeed not. And so they'll be looking for a top 4 position to get into that playoff. And so it's the end of the game tonight. It's where we are going to put a wrap on things here. But reminding you that tomorrow evening we are right back here at the AFA, right here at the Reminigisha Technical Center, where it's going to be Shining Stars up against the EastEnders in the lone encounter for tomorrow. So join us back here tomorrow from 6:30 in the PM, where Shining Stars will take on the EastEnders. On behalf of the man, Doc, as we welcome him back, Tony, and we know that you are listening wherever you are, those in cyberspace, those right here in Angola who took our commentaries. We are happy that you are on board with us. On behalf of the AFA and AI Live, who ensure that football comes to you live and lively, it is your voice of choice, John Millington, taking you back to the studio, saying good night and goodbye.